Alrighty, traders, this is Blake Morrow. You are listening to the Daily Roundup webinar. I just wanted to say, I hope you guys are having a great trading session. It's kind of quiet right now. It's actually been a fairly quiet day, aside from, the euro dollar, the ECB. Obviously people were disappointed. We're attacking channel support. This is really key, though. And I think we need to watch this going into Asian trade, move below the 120 level, 119.90. Then we're going to see something that looks like this. Then we're going to start seeing a pullback if we can break. And that's an if. I'm not guaranteeing that. I'm just saying if we can break this channel, then we're looking at, move down in 119.50s, the 38% retracement, and then down to, 118.86 maybe. That would be the 50% retracement, maybe even as low as, 118.50, which would be the 618, which is, people start looking at an inverted head and shoulder pattern. And you guys know I don't like those, of course, but that doesn't mean it can't happen. And for right now, with stocks as high as they are, it's hard for me to be like super bearish at this point. And that's a fact. I mean, stocks are continuing to be really strong and they continue to hold up really well. Iris in the chat room was saying, I hate the loonie, or remind me how much I hate the loonie. I'm like, well, I don't know if it's so much the loonie. I think it's more of equities. Equities are just stronger. As long as equities stay stronger, you can't expect much dollar strength to come through the market. I mean, we are seeing, obviously, the euro. The euro is weak, and that's keeping a little bit of, dollar strength in the market. But overall, that's just, it's going to trade heavy as long as stocks stay elevated where they're at. Now, I do need to point out that Ethereum, let's look at Ethereum really quick. It is hitting all-time highs. Right now, we've moved into new highs, divergent relative strength. I'm assuming we're heading towards this 2,700 level on Ethereum. I'm assuming that's the next stop for this crypto. Interesting, Bitcoin still lagging, which, if you own Bitcoin, you've got to be a little concerned that it's just not following like some of these altcoins higher. You got Litecoin. It's up 10% today. At least Litecoin is, making a move. Ethereum's up 11% and Bitcoin's up 2%. So, that lagger is important. That's probably a way of the market suggesting that they're looking for alternatives to Bitcoin, like kind of, diversifying into different coins. And Ethereum being one of the bigger ones, it's just spreading out your investment dollars into different places. Rotation, and we've seen a lot of rotation in U.S. equities, obviously. Gold's finally come off a little bit, and as I told you guys this morning on the Face webinar, that and also during the morning edge, we've pretty much completed this pattern. So you got to imagine that this is done for now. Dunzo. Now we may head back towards 1760, and what we do from there is going to be interesting, right? The cable still trading heavy, and that's something that we have to realize, especially if the euro starts to break down. Because if the euro starts to break down, these lows down here are going to come into under threat. Aussie dollar held the neckline, but remember, we are developing a head and shoulder pattern, and of course, we didn't break because stocks are higher, but man, if stocks pull back, this Aussie is going to be in trouble. I know you guys have heard me say that quite a bit. One of the other currencies, and I'm going to just bring this up, and I'm going to keep this fairly short today because it has been so slow. If you haven't noticed, my updates today or updates in ForexAnalytix have been fairly minimal. That's because there isn't a lot going on aside from the euro dollar. I mean, everything else is just kind of hanging around. That's not good for the euro, especially if the euro starts to break down, because then the dollar will start to gain strength elsewhere, and then we're going to see a little bit of a move. But I want to pull up the US dollar. This is the rand, and let me zoom in. Here we go. That's the rand. Very similar to the US dollar Japanese yen, or US dollar, sorry, US dollar Mexican peso. Very similar here. We are trying to carve out a higher low, and this is from December 2019 lows. So we're trying to carve out a higher low, and you got to watch the rand, because if stocks do come down, that's when these emerging market currencies like the dollar Mexican peso and the rand start to really, show a reversal. I wouldn't be excited about the rand yet, but we get above 1440, and then for those of you that trade it, like myself included, that might be a decent long. So it's just some, what I mean by that is, if the US dollar US dollar South African rand breaks above 1440, you could probably look for a squeeze back up towards 15. So, think about this from a risk reward standpoint. Like, let's say it starts to break out and you buy it, right? You buy it around there, your stop is around here, and your gain is here. So let's do the math on that really quick. Stop loss at 1407, which I'm just not being precise here. I'm just kind of showing you. 1440 entry, target 15 or more. Okay. That's almost 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. So, let's say you're buying 100,000 in currency. Okay. You're risking $2,000 to make 4,100. And then you guys can obviously do the math from there. And then, obviously if you get a break of this descending wedge, then, once we get up towards, and I'm just saying once we get up towards, but let's say we do, we get up towards, 1480, you then at that point, sorry, I'm just trying to grab this. It's not working. You grab your stop. Dang it. No, not the trend line. You grab the stop. No, you grab the stop. You grab the stop. You grab the stop. Forget it. You move the stop up to break even, and then you move your, you move your limit way out here towards 1580 or something like that. You guys get what I'm saying. I don't know if I told you this, but I'm going to say it. I did not sleep well last night, and it is really affecting me right now. And I usually don't, that doesn't happen to me, but maybe because it's later in the week. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm like really, really tired today. So my words aren't coming out correctly. If I say something like, yo mama, that just spurted out. I didn't even, mean to say your mama. And, just when that happens, it's anyway. Lorraine says, I don't see you. Oh, you know what? Hi. You see me now? See me now? Can you see the bags under my eyes? Oh my. Sorry, I forgot I was going to do this every day. I actually did shower specifically so I could do this, and I totally forgot. Remember, this is out of my comfort zone or my normal. I'm very methodical. That's kind of how I trade and how I do things. I'm always up at 3 a.m, always up at, and I always go to sleep around this time. I kind of have a system. So when I'm like doing something new, like using the webcam, it's going to take me a little while to make sure I do it each and every time. Anyway, you guys have a great day. I want to thank you all for your support. You guys are awesome. And I will catch you tomorrow morning. Trade safe. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.